Hello and welcome to Norwegian Woods. I just woke up in this really nice location, this pine wood, and I came in here yesterday a little bit late, so I didn't do any filming then. But my plan for this video is to show you a lot of gear I have brought with me. Quite a few things I want to show off. You see, since I started this project, I have gotten quite a few questions about the gear that I carry into the woods and use in my videos. And I think the most frequently asked question about my gear is related to products from a Norwegian company called Eagle Products, and they make some really nice kind of modern traditional camping gear. And I don't think there are many manufacturers that make that kind of traditional camping gear and outdoors gear, and they're really popular here in Norway. And they are used by all kinds of outdoors people and hunters and fishermen and everybody that spends time out in the woods. So I contacted Eagle Products and asked them if they wanted to send me a few more products so I can show you a little bit of the product range that they offer, because they make a lot of different kinds of stuff. So I think about half the items I'm going to show you in this video I have bought and used for a while, and some for many years, and the other half Eagle Products sent me so I could show off to you the range of the products that they actually make. Another thing I want to show you in this video is this little microphone that's attached to me. It is a omnidirectional lapel mic from an American maker called Giant Squid Audio Lab. And all of my talking in this video will be recorded with this little mic. And so you can listen to all of this video and see it as a audio sample for how this little microphone sounds. And a little bit later on in the video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the details on this little Giant Squid Audio Lab's microphone. But as I said, I actually just about woke up. So my plan now is to cook myself a little bit of breakfast and make myself some coffee. That was a really awesome breakfast. I think it's one of my best breakfasts out in the woods. It's a little bit more work than my oatmeal, but eggs and bacon, it's something special. I said I want to talk a little bit about gear from Eagle Products. They have been making gear for many years. They designed them here in Norway, and yeah, the stuff that I have been using the most is cooking and eating gear. They make some really nice pots and pans, and they also make all these awesome wooden products like cups and plates and eating utensils and all kinds of bowls, and yeah, they have a huge number of products. And what I'm going to show you here is just a small selection, but yeah, I want to give you an overview. And beside all this cooking and eating stuff, they also make quite a few different products for like general camping stuff, like this hat I'm using, and also this gaiters. They sent me this, and the quality of all of it seems to be really good. I have actually nothing to complain about when it comes to the quality. The first category of gear I want to show you is the cooking gear. I have used this small kettle a few times, and its really handy size is 0.7 liters, so it's perfect for one person to make some dehydrated meal and a cup of coffee. Or you can make a couple of cups of coffee if you are two people going out, yeah, just to take a small coffee break. Then this small size is perfect. They also make this 1.5 liter size. It's exactly the same kind of kettle, and from what I understand, this is the most popular one of this series. They also make one that's I think it's about twice the size of this if you're a larger group, and these are have some handles that you can hang it from if you want to make some kind of a hanger of the campfire, and you can also attach it on these two loops to some kind of yeah, I would guess a hanging system if you want to use that. And of course you can also put it directly into the fire. As I have done the couple of last trips I've been out, I have used this, they call it a bålfyr. This is a really nice little pot stand that you can fold up, and it doesn't take much space at all in your pack. But once you fold it out, you can place it inside the fire, and you can leave the pot in a sturdy and secure way above the embers. So I think this is also a really handy little device. I have also used this frying pan a few times. It's got this foldable handle, and it's stainless steel with a non-stick interior. So it's yeah, you have to be a little bit careful, I think, not to put too much heat on it, because it's fairly thin, the material, the stainless steel, and also this Teflon coating can be damaged if you give it too much heat. But so far it's been really good, and it's really lightweight. So it's a good little frying pan, and the size is about the perfect, I think, for this kind of outdoor trips. Eagle Products also sent me this guy. It's a wok pan. It's a bowl inside it, so you can so everything it's falling down in the center, so you can use it to fry up meat and vegetables and stuff like that. This also got this foldable handle that you can, hang on, put underneath, so it doesn't take up much room inside your pack. And you can actually, it's quite large, so you can make I think food for a fairly large group with this wok pan. They also sent me this. This is a little bit larger than my other outdoors pots. It's 3.2 liters, and it's also made out of stainless steel, and the lid is sticking quite good when you push it in. And it's got this bail that you can use to hang it, or of course you can also put it on this little stand, or you can put it on some logs or some rocks, whatever you prefer to do inside on top of the campfire, I mean. So that's the large pot. And lastly, in this category, they also sent me this. I don't know the English word for it. It's made of cast iron, and it's a little bit concave on the top, so you can put this on top of the campfire. It's got these 3 legs that you can screw out, and when you put them in, they are quite sturdy, and you just put it on top of the fire, and you have this large surface that you can use for frying. And I think this is awesome if you're a group, especially if you've got kids with you and you want to fry up some sausages, you want to make a few different things. It's easy to just regulate the heat underneath by adding or taking away sticks and coals, so you get a pretty good temperature on the frying surface. And you can cook a lot of different stuff on this one. I'm really looking forward to trying this one out. But I think this is not, it's a little bit too heavy, so it's not for my solo a little bit further into the wilderness trips. It's for short hikes or base camps, I think. This other lightweight stainless steel stuff is, I guess it's really good compared to all the other stuff I've tried and used and seen over the years. So yeah, I'm really happy with these 2 products that I've used a few times, and this new stuff, I think it's looking really promising. I also want to mention that all of these comes with this small protective bags that you can use for transportation. I think that's really handy, because when you have used this on top of a campfire, they get kind of black and sooty underneath, as you can see on this small pot and the frying pan. It's all black. So if you put it inside one of these really thin and lightweight bags, hang on. I'm not sure if this is the right one. Yeah, I think it is. Then you protect the rest of your gear from getting all sooty. So that's a really handy little thing. And all of these stainless steel products, they are also they put this layer of copper underneath. This is to distribute the heat, because stainless steel can, if you don't have anything like this, you can get some really hot spots and some cold spots. But since you have this copper layer underneath, it distributes the heat in a really nice way. So so we get more even heat inside the cooking area. The small cooking stand comes with this really sturdy nylon cover that you can just fold it up like this. And put it inside, and it doesn't take up much room inside the backpack. So that's the cover for that one. Also, this large plate comes with a bag like this. It's got a little zip compartment on the outside, and inside there you can fit the 3 legs when you screw them out. And it's got a pretty good handle on top, so it's easy to carry if you're not carrying it for too long, I think. This also comes with this little thing with some hooks that you can hang on, put inside 3 holes here, and you can also hang this from a tripod or something like that above the fire. Then it's probably easier to regulate the distance down to the campfire and the coals. So we have a little bit more control of the heat if you use this instead of the 3 legs underneath. So yeah, I think all of these products are well thought out and really good quality. This next category of products is the wooden products. Eagle Products makes quite a few different kinds of wooden utensils and plates and cutting boards, and they also make a lot of different kinds of wood cups, like kuksas, as I hear you are calling them on YouTube. Here in Norway we call them just wooden cups. The kuksa is from the Finnish language, I think. The product that I have had for the longest is this wooden cup. It's 2 deciliters capacity. So for me, I think it's pretty perfect as a coffee and hot chocolate cup when I'm out in the woods. You can also have tea and stuff. I don't know exactly what kind of wood they are made from, but I know that it's really stable, because I've been out in really cold weather and just poured boiling water inside it, and it's held up really good. So it's pretty stable and sturdy material, I think. And they say that all of these products should not be put inside a dishwasher machine. You should hand wash all of these wooden products, and you shouldn't leave them in water for prolonged periods of time. That could damage them. But if you do like I have done and take fairly good care of them, I think these products will last for many years. As I said, this is the cup that I've had for the longest, and they also sent me another design which looks really cool. They call it a norrøn design. It's a little bit more of a hand-carved finish to it on the outside, and it's still got this fairly thin sides. The walls are really thin, and I think that's one of the things that I have disliked the most with some of the wood cups I've used from other makers that's cheaper and simpler. They are just too thick in the walls, so it's not as comfortable to drink from them. This one is a little bit smaller than the one I've used the most, but it's still a really, really cool design, I think. I have also had this eating utensil set. It's got a butter knife and a small wooden fork and a large and a small spoon. When I bought these, they came in this little leather pouch, so it's easy to carry them around. It's a nice little product. They also make this this scoop that's a little bit larger if you want to make some kind of casserole dishes, or maybe some larger pots of porridge or stuff like that. And I think this larger scoop is a nice one. They also make a flatter version of this. It's still got a little bit of a bowl in it. I also have this spatula that's fairly flat and fairly thin on the outside. It's good to use for in my frying pan because it's wood, so it doesn't hurt this non-stick coating inside my frying pan. I also have this long spoon. It's designed to use for this dehydrated camping meals. So we get down into this these bags that this dehydrated meal comes with, without getting messy on your hands. So yeah, I've used this one a few times as well. Also, this deep plate, it's got a little bit of an edge to it, so you can put some stuff inside. Even if it's a little bit runny, it doesn't go outside. And now I also have this a little bit flatter plate. That's also a really nice design. They also have a few more, some smaller and some larger ones that they make. I also have two wooden bowls, one large one that I haven't used yet, and this is a smaller one. That's this is 3 deciliter capacity. And you also have inside here, you have some measuring lines, so you can use it for cooking. Oh, it's getting messy. I'm out in the woods. But yeah, this is a small measuring bowl, really handy. And this larger one is supposed to be with a 1 liter capacity. I have had this small cutting board for a little while, and it's really handy when you want to chop up some vegetables or make some food. It's got the integrated knife. That's really, really handy. And now I also have this large one, which is a little bit heavier, so it's not as suitable maybe for the longer hikes, but you get a decent size cutting board. And this also have integrated knife inside this this sheet part of the cutting board itself. So yeah, I think this one is going to be a favorite. Today is the first time I use this large one. It's a good size. And in general, I would say that all of these wooden products are fairly lightweight. So it's I don't think you gain much from carrying plastic and aluminium stuff over this, because it's natural materials. It seems to be really sturdy, and it's lightweight, and it looks really cool. I think they have this really appealing look to them. When you bring stuff like this out in the wilderness, you feel like you're bushcrafting right away, even though you're not. I know that a lot of people like to carve spoons and all these kinds of utensils themselves, but for a lot of people it's nice to be able to buy some stuff as well, because when you start to carve out stuff like this, you soon realize that it's a craft. You need to practice it, and you need to do it for a while to make like this perfect finish. And when you buy stuff like this, you pretty much get that perfect finish. This last selection of gear I'm going to show you is a little bit from a lot of different categories of outdoors gear. The Eagle product line is it's really a lot more than the stuff that I'm showing you in this video. But this is just to give you a little idea about the variety of the stuff that Eagle products make. And the first product I want to talk about is this one. It's the one I've had for the longest. It's my mesh hammock. This is a good and lightweight little hammock that's suitable for to have something to sit on and to lie in the middle of the day when you're out hiking and camping. It's not something you want to spend the night in. It's not a camping hammock as such. But it's a nice and light little sturdy product. The next is these. They are gaiters. They come in 3 different sizes. This is the large one. And they attach to your shoe with this little loop here to the front of the lacing. And you have this that goes underneath the shoe, and you also have this. You can open it in the back and put it around the back of your leg, and you can zip it up and close it with a snap in both the bottom and the top. And it's staying on pretty securely, and this is a really good product. I've been missing to have something like this in a lot of different circumstances, because these are water resistant, and they prevent you from getting all these twigs and stuff into your shoes if you're wearing low shoes in the summer. And they're also really good in the winter time to prevent you from getting snow inside your shoes. So a good pair of gaiters I've been wanting for a long time, and I'm really grateful that Eagle Products sent me these ones. They seem to be of really good quality, and it's a lot of attention to detail all around these gaiters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to get to know them better. The next product I can talk about is this. This is quite specific for a period in the year. This is a mushroom collecting kit, you can say. It's got this mesh bag that you can fit quite a lot of mushrooms inside. And it also comes with this little knife that's got this curvy blade that's really good for cutting close to the ground when you're taking off the mushrooms. And it also got this brush that you can take away soil and dirt from the mushrooms before you put them into the net. So yeah, this little mushroom collecting kit, I think it's a really cool product. The next product is this one. This little pouch contains a towel. That's something I really enjoy to bring sometimes in the summer, because it's really small and lightweight, and when you fold it out, you can see it gets quite large. It's good for those warm summer days when you want to go for a swim in a small lake in the middle of the forest, and you want to dry out before you put on your clothes and do other stuff. So to have a small, pocketable, lightweight towel, I think it's got a good purpose. The next product is this hat. It is I always enjoy to have hats when I'm out in the woods. The thing that I think is really great with this model is that it's got a mosquito net. You can take off these little snaps, and you can fold this bug net that will cover your face in the summertime when the mosquitoes are really intense and you want to go out fishing, for instance. Then a hat like this would be a perfect thing to have. I have been missing a bug net for years actually, and I haven't found any that I have liked all that much. But this one seems to be a really good and thought out product, and the hat itself is also I think it's kind of nice looking. So yeah. The next product is this little leather pouch. Traditionally, these leather pouches has been used as coffee containers for a long time here in Norway. And you can also use them for a lot of different stuff. You can put rice in there, you can put oatmeal in there. Yeah. It's just your imagination that puts the limit on what you can use this leather pouch for. It's got some really good quality, not too stiff leather, so it's pliable and it looks really, really sturdy. So this is something that I guess would last me for the rest of my life. And yeah, it looks cool. The last product is this one, and this is yeah, I can see my notes. This is actually for a map and compass, and I have been using another style of map pouch that's completely water sealed in the past, and this one is water resistant, but it doesn't lock up. It's easy to access the inside, and the maps that I use, they are also water resistant, so they doesn't get all broken if they get a little bit damp. So I think this will protect my maps good enough, and it's a lot more convenient since you can fold it up like this, and you have this loop that you can put around your neck. And on the back you got this little pouch that you can fit the compass inside, and that's also one of those little handy details that I really like, because on my when I was using my previous map pouch, I had to either put the compass inside, and then it's a hassle because it was this sealing lock, or I put it in my pocket, and yeah. But with this, yeah, I have both the map and the compass in the same pouch. So I'm happy with this one so far. I have used it once before, so this is the second time I bring it out. I am actually not that far away from my car for this trip, because as you can probably imagine, I brought a little bit too much stuff for a long hike on this trip. As I mentioned in my previous video, I have a background as an audio engineer, and I want to try out a little bit of recording equipment for the outdoors, like wilderness field recording. And for this video I have brought another microphone that I want to try out and test. And it is this little guy that's attached to my chest. It is a omnidirectional lavalier microphone from an American microphone maker called Giant Squid Audio Lab. And I have done a little bit of testing on this microphone before I went out on this trip. And so far I think the audio quality is really decent for when you take into consideration the price you pay for this little guy. I have had no problems with noise. I think the biggest source of noise on these recordings is my preamplifier inside my camera. That's actually not top-notch quality, and that's the same for all kinds of microphone preamplifiers in consumer products. If it's cameras or if it's small portable recorders like this one, you have some. They've made some compromises on the preamplifiers. Yeah, if you want something that sounds really good, it's of course really expensive, but yeah, this is not unusable. It's you can get away with the quality as long as you have some decent output from the microphones. And yeah, for the setups I have used in this video, all my speaking and talking in this video is recorded with this lavalier microphone, and I have attached it to a 5-meter extension cable. The cable that's attached to the microphone itself is a 5-foot cable with a 3.5 millimeter mini jack, and so it's about a little bit more than 6 meters in total. And I don't think it's okay to go much further than that with an unbalanced signal as you get from these little microphones. So this is about the maximum, I would say, for a signal like this. If you want to have longer cables, you need to have some kind of balanced signal, I think, or else you can run into some problems. And it's also, of course, a really small package. So if you make a setup that involves audio from this little microphone, then it wouldn't weigh you down when you're out in the woods. Of course, I like to also use a microphone on top of my camera. So all of the my talking and speaking in this video has been recorded with the lavalier microphone, and all the other shots has been recorded with the Azden SMX30 that's put into stereo mode and attached to the top of my camera. So there we have the reference for the 2 microphones I have used in this video. To talk a little bit about the microphone itself, it is a really small capsule that needs a little bit of electricity from the camera or the recorder to work. So on my camera I have this thing called plug-in power. I can turn this on and off, I think, at least on this little handheld recorder. I can turn this on and off, and it gives out a small little current, and that's enough for this little microphone to work. If you buy a lavalier microphone that has a mono jack and you plug it into a camera or a recorder, then you get audio just on one side. But with this microphone, they have done the wiring in such a way that you get, of course, a mono signal, but you get it equally in both channels. So you get both the left and the right, and it's quite convenient when you do the editing. You don't have to to convert it into a stereo signal later on. There's also this little attachment clip that comes with the microphone, and the day I received the microphone, I managed to break it. I don't think that's the clip's fault. It was lying out in my mailbox in this envelope, and it was one of the coldest days we have had this winter. And when I took the microphone and the clip out of the envelope as soon as I got in, I tried to put in the microphone, and I think the plastic in this little clip that holds the microphone, it was a little bit brittle from being really cold, and one of the sides snapped off. So I have actually made another little attachment for the microphone on the clip. It's really cheap to buy replacements for the clips, and maybe I will do it, I don't know, because the little rubber thing I carved out to hold the microphone seems to work really good. And I am also using a furry windjammer on this microphone, because I'm out and it's a little bit of a wind. And what came with the microphone when I bought it was this little foam windshield, and that's perfectly good if you're inside. But I think if you're going out in the wilderness, you need something a little bit more substantial to cut down the wind noise. So I bought this furry little thing I put over the whole microphone. And when I made this rubber holder for the microphone, it was a little bit larger than the one I managed to break. So it's actually holding this furry windjammer on a little bit better. So I think it's actually working really good as it is at the moment. I would say that these little lavalier microphones are primarily to be used to record speech and voice. And I think in a lot of settings they can be an advantage. Of course, it's a little bit fiddly to work with an extension cable like this, like I'm using on this trip, but it's no problem, no problem at all. And to be able to have the microphone really close to me when I'm speaking, and to have this windshield, I can also shield the wind a little bit with my body. So if I'm a little bit mindful of how I stand in comparison to the wind direction, I can also prevent furthermore of the wind to hit the microphone. Because if I didn't have any wind protection and it was like this, I can feel it's a little bit movement in the air. Then you would get a lot of noise, and that's really not something you want to have on your audio. I think for a setup like this works pretty good. But I think if you use it in combination with a small portable recorder like this, and just skip the whole extension cable and just plug the microphone directly into this little thing, and you just put it on record and leave it in your pocket, then you can you can move around completely free. But then you have, of course, to do the sync when you do the editing at home. So it's a little bit more work later on, but it gives you quite a bit of freedom when you're out in the woods. This works pretty much in the same way as a wireless setup. I also have this little point and shoot camera, and the problem with cameras like this is that this does not have a microphone input. So I am not able to connect the microphone directly to this camera. And this goes for a lot of small point and shoot cameras. So if I want, in the past when I've been using this, I've done a couple of videos where I've only brought this little camera. And then I had to use the microphone, the internal microphones on the camera. I haven't been able to attach anything like a microphone to this. But in the combination with a small portable recorder, I can use this point and shoot camera for video, and I can use this little lavalier microphone in combination with the recorder for the audio. So with a setup like this, it's really small and lightweight, and it's quite affordable. There's a lot of different models of these portable handheld recorders. So yeah, take a look around and see what suits your needs when you want to, if you want to buy something like this. So now I have been out here in the woods for quite a few hours today, and it's a long time since my little breakfast campfire burned down, and I am actually getting quite hungry, so I'm going to light myself another campfire and cook myself some dinner before I go home. So I hope you enjoy that little project as well. So then my little cooking project is finished. It was a little bit more work than I had imagined, and yeah, I need to practice that wok pan a little bit. It worked out pretty good. I didn't burn my food. Well, it was a little bit tricky to use it on the campfire, but it's definitely doable. I will have a lot less problems next time I do it. But now it's about time to taste this. That's really, really good. Oh yeah. I see the only problem now is that I made way too much food. So if any of you would come and join me, it would be helpful, but I guess that's a little bit difficult. So I guess I'll be bringing some of this back home. I can't eat it all. It's impossible. It's for 4 people, I think. But I'm going to try and eat as much as I can. And then I'm going to pack up my little camp and drive back home. It's been a really, really good little overnighter, and I hope you have enjoyed this gear I brought to show you. Yeah, then I am full. I am actually feeling a little bit lazy. I would really like to spend another night out here now. Just chill out in the hammock and listen to the birds all night. That would just be awesome. But I guess I have to go to work tomorrow, and yeah, that's pretty nice too, I guess. But before I pack up and leave, I want to give a big thank you to Henrik at Eagle Products for sending me some of these products I've showed you today. I think this will benefit my project a lot, and I am absolutely certain that I will enjoy these products in the future. So you'll see more of them. I also want to give a big thank you to Darren Nameth from Giant Squid Audio Lab for sending me this lavalier mic to test out for the channel. And this is also a product that I am pretty sure that you will see on quite a few of my future projects. So yeah, a big thank you to Darren as well. I do have quite a few videos in the pipeline, so to speak, stuff that I've been working on for quite some time now. So over the next few months, I hope to upload more regularly than I've been doing for in the past in general. And yeah, I have some stuff that I at least think it's interesting. So until the next video, take care and goodbye for now.